Hi, and welcome to another Brewha video. In this video, I'm going to overview how to set up an inexpensive overhead hoist on a rail for lifting the pilot mash colander. Being on a rail, once lifted, the colander can be easily moved over where it can be lowered and emptied of grain. This setup can also be helpful in a pro-brewery for lifting the lid off of the larger fermenters. On the Pro system, having to lift the lid off with the main hoist, set it down, and then connect the colander involves a few steps. So with an inexpensive second hoist like this, the lid can just be kept in the air off to the side where it's out of the way and the process is streamlined. The Pro systems will use an I-beam that is either structural or comes with legs like a gantry, or if an engineer approves, attached to ceiling trusses or joists like we have here, where we've reinforced the trusses vertically and attached an I-beam underneath. Without legs is nicer for the brew space, but in some situations might not be feasible. Now first, a quick word about safety. Inexpensive hoists, like this one from Weaver that we're using today, or like ones found on Amazon or at Harbor Freight or Princess Auto, do not have the same quality of construction as the Keto Harrington brand that we sell for the Pro systems. Not even close. But they are inexpensive, so some customers want to use them for light loads, like lifting the pilot mash colander or lids for the Pro system fermenters. Also, while we demonstrate how the hoist can be secured overhead, it all depends on the construction of your building and the amount of load you are lifting, so it's best to consult an engineer before using your hoist. Loads under 200 pounds, like for lids or the pilot system, are typically pretty safe, especially when the load is spread across several joists or trusses, but it's always best to make sure. And always remember to never stand underneath a suspended load. When purchasing a hoist, you can either purchase a manual chain hoist or a small electric hoist like this one from Weaver. One thing I would recommend if getting an electric hoist is to get one that doesn't lift faster than 15 feet per minute. Our Keto hoist lifts at about 7 feet or 2 meters per minute. This Weaver hoist lifts at 13 feet or 4 meters per minute. You don't want the hoist lifting up too rapidly as it causes extra stress on the hardware when it starts up. It's harder to control its rise distance, and it increases the likelihood of a stuck mash. Now for the setup. You can see here what we purchased, and it cost about $300. 10 feet of 1 5/8 12-gauge slotted strut channel, 3 feet of half-inch threaded rod, 2 strut channel end stops, 1 2-wheel strut channel trolley, 1 half-inch screw pin shackle, 8 half-inch lock nuts and washers, 4 strut channel hanger brackets, and 1 1,100-pound hoist with remote from Weaver. If you already have an I-beam in your brewery and want to put the hoist on your existing beam, you don't need items 1 to 7, just an electric hoist and a 1,100-pound trolley like this one from Weaver. Steps to assemble the overhead hoist with trusses. First, cut the 10-foot strut channel into 2 5-foot pieces. Then cut the threaded rods into lengths that are 2 inches or 5 centimeters longer than the height of your trusses. Our trusses are 2x4, so we will cut them at 5.5 inches. You'll only need 4 pieces. Installing a nut before you cut the rod, then removing the nut helps ensure the thread is not ruined when you cut it. Install a lock nut and a washer on one end of the rods, and tighten until 1/4 inch or 8 millimeters of the rod is showing, and insert them through the strut channel hangers. The hanger should open down, with the rod going up, and the washer and nut are on the inside of the hanger at the top. Lay one of the 5-foot strut channels across the top side of the rafters with the open side up, spanning 2 rafters. Ours are on 2.5-foot centers, so that there's about 1.2 foot of strut channel extending past either side. Slide the second strut channel through the hangers, which should be hanging below the trusses. Then tighten the upper nuts on the threaded rod until the strut channel is pulled tight up against the underside of the truss. Since the socket used for tightening might be larger than the channel opening, you might need to tap it down to the nut with a hammer. Add the cross bolt on the strut channel to ensure that the hanger grips the strut channel securely. Add 1 channel end stop to one end of channel. Install 1 trolley assembly into the strut channel. Add the second channel end stop to the other end of the channel, attach the shackle to the trolley, and attach the hoist to the shackle. And that's it. An economical and kind of fun means to easily lift the mash colander out of the pilot fermenter and move it over to the side where it can be lowered and emptied. And as mentioned, if you're wanting to use this to lift one of the Pro fermenter lids during mash and will be using your existing beam, that your main keto hoist is on, just purchase a second hoist trolley like this one from Beaver. Once the trolley is installed on your I-beam, the hoist can be connected like this. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions about installing hoists or gantry systems for use with the Brew Hobby Act brewing system, feel free to reach out to us using the form on the Brew Hobby website.